Next up on the Sage 2021 showcase, we have Mega Man Overdrive. This was made by Team Moonrise. The description reads that Mega Man Overdrive aims to mix classic Mega Man gameplay with modern platformer design philosophy and art to create a fresh new take on the Mega Man Classic series. The story for this is, this early demo features one of the 8 Robot Master stages, Thaw Man, deep in the peaks of Mount Frostbite, a famous mountain landmark. A devious plan of Dr. Wily's was unfolding. A once good robot named Thaw Man, created by Dr. Lion Cossack, has been commanded by Dr. Wily to excavate the large mountain, with the stolen robot being given several enhancements to aid him in this journey to the frozen caves. Frostbite was rumored to have several rare metals and fossils from long ago, with them being excellent for being turned into robots in Wily's eyes. The Blue Bomber himself, Mega Man, has been sent to delve the destruction of the mountain. What, the whole the mountain? Fuck the mountain, nuke it. And take out Thaw Man before further damage can be done. This early demonstration of the game was put together so we could have something to show in time for Sage. Because of this, everything is subject to change and is not final. We know that the demo isn't perfect, but we hope you get some enjoyment out of it. End description. So that's quite a story just for one level. Was every level going to have a big story? I mean, okay, sure, why not? But anyways, this looked pretty interesting. I want to check it out. I like checking out the Mega Mans. You know me. But before we begin, if you like the video, do think about giving it a like. And if you haven't subscribed yet, well, think about doing that as well. It helps out. But if you really want to help out, come on by Twitch. I'm trying to reach a partner, but I can't do it without your help. That isn't just a statement. That is serious. I literally just need more viewers to reach partner. So please come by. I need 30, 40 new people. Please come by. I'd really love it. Also, Discord community. I have one. It's really good. Go check it out. Also, I have a Coffee link now if you want to directly support with any sort of cash or, for coffee or something. Whatever amount you want. It's completely voluntary, but the link is there, as well as every other link in the description. So check that out. Now, what do we got? Thaw Man stage. Yep, that's the one. How Charm makes videos 101. Well, welcome to the chat over here. I mean, yeah. Okay. So this has a custom Mega Mans, right? Add custom music. This makes me immediately think a little bit of Blizzard Man stage. Okay. I dig. Wow, why did I turn the music volume up to the settings? Even as it stands, it sounds a little quiet. At least to me. I can't access options here, but that's okay. Okay, this is one of choose a control. I will say this, developers. If at all possible, especially for a platformer game like this, if you have the ability to use the controller, please enable the D-pad as well as the analog stick. It's currently only analog, which I can work with that, but I kind of like D-pad. I kind of prefer using the D-pad on my controller for like platformers. It feels better. What the hell's that guy gonna do? Oh, okay. Oh, is there a auto slide button? Cool. Oh! Oh, these bats are coming in hot! That's not normally how those bats move. I wasn't expecting that. Got to find the swoop. Is it just me or it sounds way out of sync for anyone else? No drop frames. Boop, 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 boop. Oh god. Of course I have to do a sync test on an enemy that hurts me if I take my time. Boop. Ow. Boop. I'm going boop so you can sync test. Let me know. Boop, boop, boop. Boop. Bow. Bang. Is anybody else besides Creature experiencing a sync problem? No? Creature, try refreshing. I don't trust this car. I don't trust this tram. It has eyes. Okay, the tellies look strangely cute in this game. They got like bigger, more innocent eyes. Like, oh, it's Mega Man. I'm gonna go attack him. Me having trouble turning around there is exactly why I like a D-pad for movement. Whenever a game has unless the D-pad is otherwise being used, I think every platformer should really use. Oh shit! Every platformer should give you the option between using the analog and the D-pad on your controller, unless that D-pad is used for something else. In which case, I understand. But if it isn't, then allow that choice. That's all I have to say. That's my public service announcement. Ow. They're still coming. Was that an ice skater mat? Oh, that's a... Oh, fuck. That's adorable. It also hurts. Ooh, power-ups disappear really easily. Don't mind me, my usual little I need to farm for a life situation is happening. Well, not a life, just health, man. Just health. 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 Health! Health! Okay, this word doesn't sound like a word anymore. I'm saying it too many times. Oh my god. Health! Health! Come on! Health! Health? Oh, that was health! God damn it. Granted, there's only small health, but whatever. Beggars can't be fucking choosers. Okay, I lost more health. Cool. Just what I needed. Of course, it had to be the one time I scrolled it really fast. Oh, this is fucking atrocious. Is this just the worst RNG on my part, or did they fuck up the drop rate? Listen, I noticed that every single Mega Man fan game has a different drop rate on power-ups. It's really noticeable for me. Like, every single developer has a different idea of what the RNG should be, it seems. I will say this. I've gotten way more weapon power-ups than energy power-ups than life power... Yeah, energy. So I don't really know what's going on here, but it kind of sucks. At this point, I don't think it's just me having bad luck. Ah! Okay, I almost screwed off screen, but I'm good. I almost rolled that off screen. That's why I have to take my time. Also, some fan games have a lot more mercy. If you get a power-up scrolled off screen, it's still there. The moment it's off screen here, it's gone. See? I haven't scrolled. I didn't even reset the enemy, but I killed that. I still got that power-up destroyed. Ah! Oh fuck. You know what? Oh, okay. Alright, we're starting to get some health at least. Even if I'm missing it. I looked over because somebody said that scream, and somebody else said no to health, and that got my attention, and then I missed health. This conveyor belt doesn't make this easier, because the conveyor belts naturally usher me away from the power-up. This is a terrible farm spot. It's not really, though. It's easy to kill the enemy over and over again, but god damn. Okay, you motherfucker. You know what? I'm done. I'll farm with somebody else if I need to. Oh. That's easier to farm. Don't really want to, though. I got tired of it. Normally I'm good for farming, but... Ow. Oh no. Oh god, okay. Probably should actually use power-up shots down then. Okay, there we go. Well, it's good I got the health or I would have died to that, probably. Alright, I think I gotta farm again. Oh, I can't farm that guy. He was just barely, Are you like a carrot bunny? Do you throw carrots like woodman bunnies? I don't know. I'm leery. Well then. Okay. This'll do. A much more straightforward farming experience. And I'm less likely to scroll the thing I need off screen, so. Okay, what is up with these life drops, though? I think we've had enough test samples at this point to determine that the developer has made energy drops sufficiently overly rare. There's no reason to make life drops this rare. I get it, you're scared that maybe if you make it too high, the player's constantly regenerating any sort of damage they take, and there's no challenge. But, well, that's not the problem here, certainly. Oh, fuck, finally. In fact, I'm giving it a pittance. I'm gonna make this demo literally double the length, if not more, just because I need some fucking health. Oh. It's easier to respond to that guy than I thought. I don't have to go back as far. That saves a little time. My goodness. Oh my god. This is why I don't like using analog sticks, guys. Occasionally, when you tap an analog stick and then tap, it will sometimes tap the other direction, your character will face the other way. Analog sticks are not great for platformers. You're seeing me actually struggle with that. Sometimes when I let go of the stick, I'm facing the other direction at the end of it. Like there. Does anybody else have this problem when they're using an analog stick in a 2D game? Though then, I guess it kind of depends on dead zone. This game has no dead zone. That is to say, even the slightest movement of the stick will cause something to happen. I think this is okay in 2D platforms that have a dead zone for the analog stick, aka you can move it a little bit without anything happening, but if you move past that point, then it starts activating the button press. God damn, yeah. If you want to insist on people using an analog stick for your 2D game, make sure there's a dead zone for the analog sticks so that players do not accidentally turn around. That can fuck up a lot of things. Thanks. I always like how I get big health when I'm practically full and could just have little health. That happens in every Mega Man fan game. Like, the only time I get big health is usually when I don't need it anymore. I could just use a small health, but alright. Whoa! Spicy. That was also pretty spicy. That was a tight jump, actually. Good night, Chris. Oh, didn't realize that was a conveyor belt until it started moving me. Interesting shield enemy, how it moves. That's kind of neat, actually. I like that. How it turns around, rather. It doesn't turn around, it just flips its face, I guess. Kind of leaves it open a little longer. I kind of like that. Please stop. God damn it. Alright. How many lives do I have? I don't have lives. There was no point to farm! There's not a life count here! Also, I'm all the way back here. Alright, well. Okay, there's slightly a point because lack of checkpoints. Because, wow, lack of checkpoints. I guess maybe it's not that bad, but... It's a slightly mean stage, though. Huh. Well, I mean, that was a... cool? I don't know. Come back. Oh, that's how you dodge it. Oh. Ah, you only got one missile off, but unfortunately still trying to kill me. Haha! What? Well, that's fine. I got a checkpoint, right? I didn't get a checkpoint. What was, what exactly was supposed to happen there? Did the game punish me for not following the platform down immediately? Logistically speaking, shouldn't it have been there? Oh, nope. Need that. I guess because I didn't stay... I was trying to kill that Met. That was very odd. Oh, I missed it. I wonder if that could squish me. I don't feel like the... Actually, I feel like the checkpoint placement isn't too far away from each other. It's just... I'm having a problem with something else. Let me speed this fight up. Right? I really wanted to kill the Met, but I guess I won't kill the Met. So ignore the Met, you say? It's not in the way, you say? Yeah, how about this bullet that prevents the platform falling me down again? Why did I not think there was going to be spikes through that? Yeah, that probably made sense. Yeah, I like how the Met interrupted my fall again, so... First he interrupted because I pursued him myself aggressively. That time, he just got in the fucking way. Whoa, okay. Damn it. I thought I almost did something really slick there. Good. That's like the Bubble Man stage glitch. Morning, Cereal. Not entirely sure how I'm supposed to deal with those missiles. There's quite a few of them. By the way, yeah, I despise that mechanic. Basically, either directly follow the platform down or get fucked. Not great. Give me a checkpoint. This looks checkpoint. Oh, parallax, really. Hi. Yep, you throw them like I predict. Weirdly colored, but works like a normal construction worker guy, but just a weird. Ow. Ow. I have a very bad feeling about this. Oh wow. Oh, this move speed. Okay. All right. What? What? How did that one... Okay, I won't even question it. Whatever. However, I'm going to die now, so bye. Well, probably anyways. Oh, that's rude. That's rude. That's rude. Fuck off. Okay, bye. Yeah, I probably would have checked the checkpoint before the minecart, but what do I know? I'm just a player. Also, I want to note that they mentioned, like, doing something unique to this game, like, modern platforming sensibilities or something like that. I don't remember exactly what they said. It was kind of weird. I didn't understand what it meant. Well, I died because I had no health, I think. Well, now that I know what I'm doing, I should be fine. Ow. Ow. Good, one enemy hit me twice. Lovely. What the fuck was that? Okay. If it bounces on the lip of my minecart, the rock that is, it actually goes up above me for some reason. It's really weird. Now remember, kids, there's a pickaxe guy that kind of just shows up out of nowhere and fucks you. I can't even get the power-ups. I can't even get the power-ups in the minecart. I just missed that bolt. That's not fun. I don't care about the bolts right now, but that's just not good design, I feel. Yeah, that guy... Nice surprise from that guy. Okay, now that I know they're coming, they're not so bad. They're real good beginner's trap enemies, though. Yeah, I can't pick up anything, so even if a health drop dropped midway through here, I wouldn't be able to pick it up. Whoa, okay. Bye. Look, I still had the ability to stop. I'm going to check in the middle of the minecart track, but you spawn out of minecart, you have to do the platform section instead of the orchestra. That sounds emergent and interesting and probably wouldn't be done, actually, in a game like this. Motherfucker. Can I express I'm not fond of the bats in this one? Because I'm not fond of the bats in this one. They were threatening enough when they were slow because of how they worked, in my personal opinion. They don't need to do an aggressive swoop. I feel like that overdoes it a bit. Off I go? Ow. That got very confusing for me. Alright, now I'll go. Wait, I have to know something now. If I take this all the way up, will it come with me? No, I fall through it. Ow. I was wondering if where... My curiosity needs to be saved. Hold on. Okay, it actually does stop there. I was wondering if it just keep going up because it wasn't meant to be on the screen and wouldn't have proper coding. And we just keep going up and up forever. The back of my mind said it might do that, so I want to check. I keep expecting these bunnies to throw something at me, like the ones in Woodman's level. Fuck! That's some bullshit placement right there. At least there was a checkpoint there. Is it just me or is this level long, by the way? I guess they're like, oh, we only have one level, we gotta make it long. But, I don't know, man, I feel like that messes the pace up a bit. I wonder if they intended all their levels to be this long. Fuck! I knew that might happen. I killed Jim, but don't worry, his brother Bim showed up. It's okay. Ooh, I barely held on there. This is Mega Man Unlimited inspired. Uh oh. Ow. Damn it! I was gonna jump him, but he was waiting for me to move forward, so I was like, oh, great. Let me guess, if I die, I don't get a checkpoint. I didn't get a checkpoint, did I? It's weird to hear you say that, Hyper, because I thought you liked Mega Man Unlimited. Or did I change your mind by my opinions on it? What's in the background? Oh, it's another bat. That's like a bigger bat. Wait. Is this necessary? Oh, great. I sure love fighting a boss where I can't hit him for half the fight. Ow. Of course he can hit me, naturally. I think the terrain is randomly generated, so whether or not I can hit him is just up to debate. Well, my cart kept going, at least. Never said I liked it, just I was good at it. Fair enough. And yeah, I'm back here. I mean, it doesn't feel Mega Man Unlimited inspired too heavily because there's not enough spikes. Granted, the one spike section that killed me was pretty fucking stupid. But, nonetheless. Needs more spikes to be Mega Man Unlimited inspired. Ah! Leave. You know, I waved off my farming I was doing earlier because I was like, oh, that's silly. I don't need to actually farm like that. Like, I was overreacting. That was my original opinion. But, you know, actually, I don't think I was anymore. I think what I was doing was actually somewhat reasonable. I managed to get all those power-ups. Interesting. So we're fighting a proper mid-boss. Does that mean we're only half done the level? The level design is random. The enemy also has a pattern. Sometimes the enemy pattern and the level design do not mesh well. Like, they just kind of... Wow, look how much more he's diving this time. Like, jeez. Okay, didn't actually expect that attack at that time. Get the fuck out of here. I want to fight it. I want to get to the end of the stage! Alright. Oh, okay, shit. Hi, Tubby. Another what? That was a bit of a bullshit trapper after a sub-boss. I was kind of getting lulled in a false sense of nothing's happening, I don't need to care, but then something happened. Okay, you know what? This buddy is ruining everything. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, that met! What a bullshit spot for it. It's over here. Nothing. It looks suspiciously like it. Okay, well. So another set piece. I can't kill those. I cannot kill two buddies fast enough to not have to damage boost to them. Game, these enemies take multiple hits, Gabe. Game, how the fuck are... Oh, there's Met staring in it. Gabe, I only have one weapon. And I was actually noticing this earlier. I wasn't going to comment on it, but now I will. Fuck. Damn it. I wasn't going to comment on this earlier, but now I will. The enemies have a lot of hits. Most of them. I find this problematic. Am I supposed to use damage boost? Because that seems to be the answer here. Well, that guy is not a reasonable place, because I can jump over them. Goodbye. How fast do you think I am, Gabe? Alright. Still pursued, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Oh, it stopped. Okay. Okay, let me put this very simply. If you must damage boost through enemies in a Mega Man game, something is terribly wrong with its design. Thank goodness we have Mega Man Unlimited Lives. So otherwise, I don't know how the fuck you do this stage. Reasonably. Just a little too much bullshit for a Robot Master stage. Remember, Robot Master stages should be doable in any order, and ergo, the difficulty of the Robot Master stages should not be such that... Oh my god, these bats are not cool. The bats are the worst. They redesigned these bats in the worst possible way. I don't like how they work. They swoop you really fast, and once they hit you, what happens? They immediately come in for another go. Like, they don't give you a break at all. Bad design. Bad redesign of them. I want you to use boss weapons? Okay, tell me which one I should use. This is a Buster-only run, not because of choice, though. Not this time. I'm really sick of the fucking turtles, thank you. Oh, God. That stopped much sooner than I expected. Listen, if you wanted to show off, if you just want to have one really... I feel like they just wanted to make one really impressive stage, but... in the process, they just made a ridiculously long stage. It doesn't make any sense in Mega Man design. Like, why would a stage be this long in a Mega Man game, you know? Oh god, no. Fuck! I reached the end of the conveyor and had normal movement for just long enough to fall on the ledge, off the ledge. And basically, I sped up at the wrong time. This is... how long have I been playing this level? It keeps going, man. I keep thinking it might be done. Remember the part where I said the minecart boss was actually the mid-boss and probably... like, was that the... I mused, was that the middle of the stage? Because I said, if it is, that's kind of ridiculous, and I think it was actually the middle of the stage, that guy. So, I wasn't wrong. Bat! Fuck off! Oh, come on! That kills you if it just touches your foot? Yeah, the bats... remember how I said I didn't like the bats? That was before they were introduced to avalanche sections. I am legitimately hostile towards that bat enemy. If I tell an enemy to fuck off in a video game, that means it's probably causing me some sort of irritation. I will detest enemies, but I generally will not go as far as to say fuck off to an enemy. Unless I'm having a real fucking conniption. Reminder, I can't shoot up or down. Those swooping bats, I gotta let them swoop me to even kill them. It kind of blows. Fair enough, Sarah. Is comfy your favorite word? You can use that a lot. It's a comfy word, to be fair. What were your nightly games, out of curiosity? Like, Tabletop Simulator or something? Like, D&D stuff? I like how the tellies are unchanged, but they, like, drastically change. Yeah, also, the tight jumps are not exactly fun, either. Also, what's this about Yokuman? How is this anything like Yokuman's stage? Doesn't Yokuman's stage involve, like, tons of Yoku blocks? Okay, Comfy is good. Armello. Oh, that's a good game. Oh, shit. Observation! When my shot bounced off that guy, I really couldn't shoot for a while. God. I don't like these tight jumps. I'm not comfy with these bats, sadly. Sadly, I don't want to stop and attack the bats either, because, you know, the snow. I'm being fucked by avalanches. Well, they're trying to fuck me, but... How the fuck? Oh my god, get out of the way! Oh my god, it's the exit. But I mean, it's the boss room. But of course, they threw a fucking turtle here because why the hell not? Haven't had enough of them this level. Bones! Alright, let's... Okay, boss fight, finally! That's kind of creepy. Hi. You look weird. Alright, oh shit. Can I sound that? I can. Okay. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Sir? Sir, you jump too much. I mean that. Like, I don't... Could you at least jump higher? I could technically slide underneath him, but it's a little dicey. Oh, that's how he breaks it, okay. Sir. Sir. Sir, would you stop being fucking Quickman for a moment? Sir. Get fucked, sir. God, I don't think I've seen a Robot Master quite that hop-happy since Quickman, and Quickman pisses me off, actually. I don't like fighting him. Quickman was still worse. But, I guess that was the one mega stage of Mega Man Overdrive. Well, it's not like I hate any of the elements, really. Though I think that boss design was pretty Sir, it's just like, sir, please, can you just stop moving for 1 second so I can turn around and actually fight you? Holy shit. But, not fun of the boss design. Stage design, here's the thing. All the elements within that stage were good. But they were put together in a marathon and put together in an unfair configuration. I feel like the elements were good, the usage was bad. For instance, those bat enemies, I like the original bats, but I can admit that those redesigned bats are fine. I kind of like that they have a surprise on how they swoop. But you gotta give the player a bit of a break after they swoop, because the moment they finish swooping, they swoop right back and they just harass you. That's not fun. Also, at the very least, the level design should be rearranged to make the bats more fair. It kind of feels like they're still using the same design. Thank you, Zara, by the way. Thank you for subscribing. It feels like they're using the same level design that the original bats from Mega Man 2 had. But those bats worked completely differently, so while that level design worked for those bats, these new bats need different level design to be functional, to be fair, you know? And I don't feel like that was offered up here. So yeah, that boss was Thaw Man. Thaw Man. Obligatory ice type robot master named Thaw Man. He didn't really, I guess he had a flamethrower. I guess that's why he's called Thaw Man. I don't know. No, Thaw. T-H-A-W. Silly. But, yeah. No, we didn't get rid of that Rock Smash. But anyways, yeah, I don't know. I feel like they just front-loaded this one stage of all the content, so they had a really impressive demo. But unfortunately, in the process, they kind of made the stage just really exhausting. And I don't feel like all the level design really matched up nicely. Needs some work. It's not bad. It's just, it needs some work. Also, make the enemies motherfucking drop energy pellets. Holy shit. Like, I don't know what was going on there. But, yeah, so Mega Man Overdrive, it could be interesting in the future, but I'm a bit cautious about it. We'll have to see it get polished up first before I'm really impressed. But it's not a bad first attempt. Not a bad, like, first demo. But that was Mega Man Overdrive. Keep an eye out for it if you want to.